Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So this video is for my Polish brethren, a preview and prediction of Artur Szpilka versus Lukasz Rozanski. This fight goes down on the 30th of May. The fight takes place in Poland, and this fight is actually at Bridgerweight. And yeah, all in all, I'm actually looking forward to this fight. Artur Szpilka usually is quite entertaining, and Lukasz Rozanski has an aggressive style, and he always comes to fight, so put these two guys together, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun fight. So yeah, all in all, I'm actually looking forward to this fight. Let's briefly break down the tale of the tape. We shall start with Artur Szpilka. He has a record of 24 wins, 4 defeats, 16 of those 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Lukasz Rozanski has a record of 13-0, 12 of those 13 wins coming by way of knockout. So obviously Artur Szpilka is the much more experienced man. He's been in there with the likes of Derek Chisora, Mariusz Wach, Adam Kownacki, Deontay Wilder, Bryant Jennings, Thomas Adamek. The level of competition Szpilka has fought has been of a higher level, and he's certainly more experienced. That obviously goes in his advantage, but at the same time, in those fights, he has taken quite a lot of punishment, and he has been knocked out 4 times, so ultimately, who knows what's left of Artur Szpilka. Artur Szpilka is listed as 6'3.5" with a 76-inch reach, whereas Lukasz Rozanski is listed as 6'1.5" with a 74-inch reach. So Szpilka is the taller, longer man. He's got a 3-inch height advantage, and he also has a 2-inch reach advantage, and on fight night, he needs to make the most of that to win this fight. Artur Szpilka is 32 years old, whereas Lukasz Rozanski is 35 years old. Yes, Rozanski is older, but he's got far less miles on the clock, so I actually think going into this fight, he is the fresher fighter. Artur Szpilka, of course, is a southpaw, and Lukasz Rozanski is an orthodox fighter. Now the tale of the tape is out of the way, let's briefly break down this fight. Now going into this fight, I have to say, I actually believe Lukasz Rozanski holds the stylistic advantage when it comes to these two guys. Of course he's less experienced, he's less proven, but stylistically, I do believe he poses quite a lot of problems for Artur Szpilka. When you look at Artur Szpilka's career, traditionally, he's actually quite struggled with rugged pressure fighters. Obviously, we can go back to the Derek Chisora fight, where he got brutally knocked out, the Adam Kownacki fight where he got stopped, even the Bryant Jennings fight to a lesser degree. Historically, he has kind of struggled with guys who actually apply pressure, get close, and throw short shots. Artur Szpilka's a guy who likes to feint, who likes to move, and basically mill around on the outside and pick some nice single shots and basically keep you at range. He's like a herky-jerky fighter. He needs to manage his distance, and he needs to fight in his own rhythm. If you take him outside of his comfort zone, Artur Szpilka tends to fall to bits. And what Lukasz Rozanski does quite well, for a guy of his size and a guy of his weight, he actually manages to close the distance quite quickly. He cuts the ring off, not all that effectively, he does kind of follow you around in straight lines, but his feet are quite quick and he can close the gap quickly. And against a guy like Szpilka, who's not the best boxer in the world in terms of footwork, I think that alone is going to give Artur Szpilka problems. And when Lukasz Rozanski does get to the inside, he does let his hands go and he attacks from body to head. You know, nice hooks to the body, uppercuts through the middle, short chopping hooks to the head, chopping overhand rights, etc. When he gets close, he'll really try and swarm you, smother you, and basically try to overwhelm you. And like I said previously, historically, Artur Szpilka has struggled with that style in the past. So ultimately, for Lukasz Rozanski, he needs to be applying pressure in this fight. He needs to be nice and compact as he is. He needs to fight behind the jab as he's coming forwards, use the jab to force Szpilka back, use the jab to close the distance, and when he's on the inside, when he's at mid-range, obviously at that point Lukasz needs to let his hands go, and if he does, I think there's a very strong possibility that he overwhelms Artur Szpilka. Lukasz Rozanski, again, for a guy of his size, not only does he have quite quick feet, he's actually got quite quick hands as well. He puts those shots together quite quickly, and I think he's got all of the tools to actually overwhelm Artur Szpilka. Artur Szpilka in this fight, he needs to be utilising movement. He needs to be boxing on the back foot in this fight. He needs to be trying to utilise his height and reach advantage. I don't think it's wise for Szpilka to stay in the pocket and try and move his head, try and slip punches, because Szpilka can do that quite well against guys who throw single shots. We saw that in the Deontay Wilder fight for a period of time. He was slipping a lot of Deontay Wilder's power shots quite effectively, but when he's fighting a guy who puts his shots together, that's when Artur Szpilka gets caught. So in this fight, Szpilka needs to forget about that sort of head movement, sitting in the pocket, trying to dodge and evade shots and coming back with his own. I think he needs to box strictly on the back foot in this fight, utilise that jab, utilise that movement, and basically try to make this a boxing match, make this a fight on the outside. Don't give Rozanski those moments when he can launch those attacks. Stay off the ropes, stay out of the corner, and try and keep this fight in the centre of the ring at a distance, because Lukasz Rozanski isn't the greatest boxer from range. His game is purely inside and at mid-range. Outside, I don't think he's all that effective, from what I've seen at least. So yeah, when I look at this fight, I find it quite simple to, say what each guy should do to stand the best chance of winning. Ultimately, I feel that Artur Szpilka should play the back foot boxer. He can't afford to sit on the ropes like he did against Derek Chisora or Adam Kalnacki, because if he does that, he stands a chance of getting overwhelmed and getting knocked out. He needs to be boxing purely on the back foot in this fight. And as for Lukasz Rozanski, he needs to apply that pressure, come forwards, nice and compact, boxing behind the jab, trying to manoeuvre Szpilka into the corner, onto the ropes, to where he can launch those attacks, launch those powerful combinations. But ultimately, it's a pretty good style clash. I think it's a pretty competitive fight. But my official prediction in this fight is a Lukasz Rozanski win, and I believe he will stop Artur Szpilka in this bout. I would say Lukasz Rozanski gets him out of there, probably in the mid-rounds, I would say. But yeah, it's actually quite a good little fight, to tell you the truth. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fan-friendly fight. And yeah, I thought I would make a prediction video for it. And also actually, on the undercard, a pretty good fight between Matthias Masternak and Adam Polski. Of course, Matthias Masternak has been a stalwart at cruiserweight for a long time, former European champion, fringe world level contender, and Adam Polski is a 15-0 cruiserweight prospect. So that's going to be a pretty interesting fight, to tell you the truth. So all in all, this is actually quite a good card down in Poland, and I'll be looking forward to seeing it. But anyway, share your thoughts below. I know this is a random video to make, but recently I thought I've been slacking on my channel with the hardcore content, so why not make a prediction video for fucking Artur Szpilka versus Lukasz Rozanski? But anyway, share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.